Ever pondered what the future holds for Africa? Not in terms of politics or economy, but geologically? As we stand on the cusp of a new age, the world beneath our feet continues to shape and reshape, driven by the ceaseless movements of tectonic plates. These colossal chunks of the Earth's crust are the architects of our planet's geography, constructing and deconstructing landscapes over millions of years. Now imagine for a moment the continent of Africa. A land known for its rich tapestry of cultures, its vibrant ecosystems, and its breathtaking landscapes. But the Africa we know today might not remain the same forever. In the grand scheme of geological time, continents are transient entities, constantly shifting, merging, and breaking apart. And Africa, despite its seemingly unchanging facade, is no exception. The idea might seem far-fetched, but geological evidence suggests that Africa could one day split in two. To comprehend this, we need to delve into the realm of plate tectonics. Imagine the Earth as a hard-boiled egg. The shell of the egg represents the Earth's crust, while the white and yolk beneath are the mantle and core. Now consider that the eggshell isn't a solid piece but rather a jigsaw puzzle of various pieces. These pieces, large and small, are what we call tectonic plates. The concept of plate tectonics is a geological theory that explains the structure of the Earth's crust and many associated phenomena. It suggests that the Earth's crust, or lithosphere, is not a single solid shell, but rather is divided into several large and small plates. These plates are like gigantic rafts floating on a semi-fluid layer beneath, known as the asthenosphere. These tectonic plates don't remain static, they're continuously moving, albeit at a snail's pace. Picture this, they move as fast as your fingernails grow. That's about 1 to 10 centimeters per year. This movement is driven by the heat deep within the Earth's core, causing convection currents in the mantle. As these currents rise and fall, they push and pull the overlying tectonic plates, causing them to move. Now, when these plates interact at their boundaries, they can either move apart, collide, or slide past each other. These interactions result in geological activities such as earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, creation of mountain ranges, and formation of deep-sea trenches. So, what does this mean for our continents? Over millions of years, these slow but relentless movements have shaped and reshaped the face of our planet. They've drifted continents apart, pushed them together, and even formed new ones. So looking at Africa, it's not just a static landmass, but a dynamic continent that's been molded by the tireless dance of these tectonic plates. These movements, although slow, have the power to reshape continents and even create new ones. Now imagine a journey, a geological journey, that Africa has been on for millions of years. Picture the Earth's crust, solid and unyielding, yet constantly in motion. This is the world of plate tectonics, where vast slabs of the Earth's lithosphere, carrying continents and oceans, glide and grind across the Earth's mantle. Now let's focus on Africa. The African plate, one of the Earth's 7 major tectonic plates, has been undergoing significant changes for millions of years. These changes have directly influenced the shape, structure, and geographical diversity we see in Africa today. One of the most striking examples of this tectonic activity is the formation of the Great Rift Valley. This monumental geological feature, stretching from Lebanon in the Middle East to Mozambique in southeastern Africa, was formed by the slow but relentless forces of tectonic movement. The African plate, immense and ancient, is actually splitting apart. The eastern part of Africa, along with the Arabian Peninsula, is slowly, inexorably, moving away from the rest of the African plate. This movement is causing the Earth's crust to thin and eventually rupture, creating a series of rifts and valleys. The most significant of these is the Great Rift Valley. This rift is not just a stunning geographical feature, it's a living, evolving testament to the powerful forces that shape our planet. The intense volcanic activity and seismic events along the rift are direct consequences of the African plate's slow division. But this isn't a process that happens overnight. It's a journey that's been ongoing for millions of years, and is still continuing today. Each year, the rift grows wider by a few millimeters, a pace almost imperceptible to us, but in geologic terms, it's a blink of an eye. This ongoing process of splitting is what has led scientists to predict a future where Africa could be divided into two. It's a fascinating concept, isn't it? The land we walk on, as solid and constant as it seems, is in a state of perpetual change, shaped by the unending dance of the tectonic plates. So what could the map of future Africa look like? Well, let's dive into some geological speculation. If the African plate continues to split, the geographical layout of the continent could undergo some dramatic changes. Picture this: a vast new ocean, stretching from the Horn of Africa to the South Atlantic, bisecting the continent and transforming its iconic shape forever. The first major change would be the formation of this new ocean, a direct result of the tectonic rift that's currently widening at a pace of a few millimeters per year. The Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden, which are already slowly growing wider due to similar processes, might eventually merge with this new water body, leading to an even more significant transformation of the global map. Now imagine the emergence of new land masses. As the eastern section of the continent breaks off, it could form a new, smaller continent. This landmass, entirely surrounded by the new ocean, would be home to parts of Ethiopia, Somalia, Kenya, and Tanzania, along with Madagascar, which is already an island. However, these geographical changes wouldn't be the end of the story. With such drastic shifts in land and sea, we could expect changes to climate patterns, sea levels, and even the rotation of the Earth. But don't go modifying your globes just yet. These are all hypotheses based on our current understanding of plate tectonics and the geological history of Africa. Furthermore, it's essential to keep the timescale in mind. We're talking about changes that will unfold over millions of years. The slow dance of the continents is not something we'll witness in our lifetime, or even in the lifetime of our species. It's a process measured in geological timescales, not human ones. While this is a fascinating concept, remember, these changes will take millions of years to materialize. But what does this mean for the future of life in Africa? The prospect of a continent splitting in two can seem alarming. There's no doubt that such a massive geological change would have profound effects on Africa's ecosystems and biodiversity. Consider the flora and fauna, whose habitats might be reshaped or even displaced entirely. Rivers could alter their course, impacting the supply of fresh water to certain regions. However, it's important to remember that life has always adapted to geological changes over time. If you look back at the history of our planet, you'll find countless examples of species evolving to survive in new environments. Life is incredibly resilient, able to withstand and even thrive amidst drastic changes. The scenario of Africa splitting in two is a stark reminder of the dynamic nature of our planet. While we can't predict exactly how life will adapt, we know for certain that Earth's geography is always changing, and life finds a way to thrive amidst these changes.